G'day there, it's George again. Alright, so in this video I'm going to be telling you about a story that happened to me about 3 or 4 days ago, and it's probably the most magical and interesting experience of my whole time in Cambodia, and well, I'll let the story speak for itself. But anyway, it's going to be in the background of me visiting a local Khmer village as well as a festival with my neighbour Kelly and his wife and daughter. It was an absolutely amazing day out. I first got to experience some amazing traditional Khmer hospitality at the farmhouse or the residence, and then after that we went off to the festival, which was absolutely going off. So enjoy the story and enjoy the festival at the end of it, and I'll see you after that. All right, ciao. Alrighty then, so what is this tale of a strained hammy and how does it relate to Cambodia? Well, let me explain. And this is so connected also with the care and compassion that I see amongst Cambodian people to each other and also to foreigners. And what I'm about to tell you just exemplified that to me to such a high level, and particularly because it had to do with a young person. So let me get on with it. So one evening, early evening, probably around 6 p.m, just after it was just getting dark, I was making my way back home after having a pizza and beers with some green tonguers at the Salty Dog Cafe, run by a New Zealand couple, Jackie and Chris. And I was almost back home, and where I live is not on the main street but inset a little bit. And there's two ways to get in, a short sort of dirt road from the main road, or a longer one that goes the back way. And I prefer to take the back way, just a little bit quieter and sort of more enjoyable to get away from the traffic. Anyway, it had already just gotten dark by the time I was walking down this road, and I have to say I was feeling a little bit merry from the beers, nothing too crazy, but definitely in a good place, feeling pretty good about myself. And this stretch of dirt road that connects another road, the back way, to my apartment building is probably about, I'd say, 200 metres long, give or take. And it's an interesting bit because there's a lot of really nice looking residences, let's just say Khmer people with money, but interspersed in between them are also very, very basic Khmer structures, some really just put together the best way possible. So I won't go into it too much detail, but let's just say that the difference between the flashiest houses and at the other end is very stark, to say the least. But anyway, usually where the concrete bit ends and the dirt bit begins, there's a lot of kids hanging around there because they belong to the family in that kind of like neighbourhood there, and they're playing together a lot. But this time they weren't there because the adults were kind of sitting down and playing cards and whatnot. So as I walked forward down the road, I noticed that the kids had put themselves up in a position which is about halfway down the road in a sort of a dark area. And as I approached, I saw that there was probably about 6 or 8 of them, so they probably had a few reinforcements from their friends. And they're all watching one phone, so whether they're watching like TikTok or a video or whatever it was, but they're all focused on that one phone. And as I approached, they all heard me coming and saw me and did their usual hello, hello, and I responded back. But this time, as I did it, I wasn't paying attention to where I was stepping, and my right toe caught a rock, and it stopped my foot from going forward. Therefore, I was about to fall on my face without some drastic action, and in the process of recovering my balance, I somehow really managed to strain my hamstring. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. But anyway, what's funny about it is that it was just like pulling a hamstring in a 100-metre race. It kind of had that intensity to it, and I was just literally just numb with pain for about 30 minutes. I couldn't move, and I just couldn't move my leg. I didn't know if it was a bad injury or what it was, but I was just clutching the back of my leg. And these kids that were there saw it, obviously, because I was sort of chatting with them briefly while passing. And then they all started giggling. I mean, nothing crazy, not like making fun of me or anything like that, but just like what's going on? Because they didn't know what had gone on. Maybe they thought I was play acting or something. But anyway, and I was in pain, and I tried to take a few steps, and it just didn't work. Like, I mean, I really thought I'd hurt my hamstring bad. But then, this is the story. One of the kids from that group, a young boy, he separates himself from the group, and he was not giggling. He looked me in the eyes and he had a concerned look on his face. And he walked the 5 meters, because I'd moved it on a little bit. He walked up to me and he looked me in the eyes and said, "You okay? You okay, sir?" And I was just like, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. That already was amazing. But what he did next was just ridiculous. He took his hand and placed it on the side of my thigh, the side that I had pulled my hamstring on. And he again tapped it a few times and then looked me in the eye and goes, "You okay? You okay, sir? I walk with you." And he walked me back to my front gate of our apartment complex to make sure I got home safely. And then I somehow managed to hobble my way back upstairs and sort of rested, and then the next day was sore, but I was able to walk, and it's been getting better ever since. But that moment of where that young boy separated himself from the group of giggling kids to show concern, not just that I'm okay, but to make sure I got home okay, even though it was just a matter of like another 70 or 50 meters or whatever it was to the front gate. And that was just such a magical moment. It means that kid's been brought up really well, with morals, with care, with respect, with kindness. And I so wish that could also be taught to the kids in Western countries. And I'm speaking about Finland now because that's where I spent the last 7 years. I would say that the difference between the kids in Finland, on average, of course, always exceptions and outliers, but on average, the kids in Finland and the kids in Cambodia are so far apart when it comes to social skills. I mean, it's just night and day. And it's a shame, and it actually makes me sad, because the kids in Finland have literally everything that they want materially, but they're missing the most important ingredient, or they haven't tapped into that yet, or they're not aware that that's the most important thing, and that is care and compassion and love and respect. And if I could just bottle up that which I felt in that moment, I mean, I could sell it for $1 million because it was just the most magical and beautiful moment I think that I've experienced so far in Cambodia. And there have been many. There have been many. But that one stands out from the rest. Yeah. So, hopefully you enjoyed that story, and I'll be presenting many more stories in the future going forward, just little anecdotal things that happen, because I believe that those are the things that really bring everything to life. I mean, you can see all the videos and whatnot, and that's all very nice and so forth, but to be able to hear the stories of what actually happens in real life as an expat now living here, as I find my way and getting my place in this community. I hope that you find those interesting and also encouraging and inspiring. If you're looking at coming here to live and you're not sure, you know, I was the same, but everyone's story is going to be different, of course. But what I will say, that this place will change your life for the better, whether you stay here for a little while or a long time and then decide to stay here forever or decide to go back or whatever. This place will change your life because it will open your heart. It's really that simple. Okay, so there's my story. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you enjoyed the festival. All right, ciao. everybody, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that video and found it interesting. There are many stories like that, but that's the one that probably impacted me the most emotionally in the first 2 months now that I've been here in Cambodia, and probably exemplifies really the core reason why I am actually here, is to understand that which I described. So where to from here? Well, an update on the bicycle. I still don't have it, so that's something I've got to get, because I definitely want to start making some bike touring videos, going further afield and showing some more of the countryside. But what I'm going to be probably focusing on next, actually, for a while, is going back over some older material which is not to do with Cambodia directly. It's actually my documenting of the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage trail from southern France to Galicia in Spain. Journey of over 800 kilometers thereabouts, which I did in about 22 days. And yeah, so that material there is something that I want to share with the world. So whether you follow my channel because of the Cambodia videos or my bike touring or the actual Camino videos themselves, that's something that I'm going to be focusing on next. And I want to do that as a three-parter, to split the Camino up into the three key sections, which are considered physical, psychological, mental, and then spiritual at the end of it. So looking forward to sharing that with you in time. But for now, once again, thanks for watching this video, and a special shout out to Kelly and his wife and daughter for inviting me along to visit Kelly's wife's village, and then take me to that festival. But I do have to give a word of warning for anyone going out with Kelly in such events. There's a very good chance he's going to try to marry you off if you're single. So just be mindful of that, because yeah, I don't know how many times he pointed out to groups of ladies that, hey, here's a guy and he doesn't have a wedding ring. So I managed to survive that, but apparently I'm going to get married off actually when I attend my first Khmer wedding. So looks like I'll be going single and coming back with a bride. Of course, I'm only joking, but it's absolutely fascinating the way the social dynamics and everything works here. It's a lot of fun, and it's almost innocent in a way. It's really playful and fun and social, and I really love that about this place. All right, well, that's enough. Catch you in the next video. Take care. Ciao. George out. Bye.